Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, park guests. It is I, your park manager, Brooding Gamer, here to go over a really cool Hammond collection figure. Something I've been very excited to pick up, and that is, as you guys can see, the Stygimoloch. Whoa. I can't wait to get an actual good tripod. But very excited to pick this figure up. I was not expecting to find this at my local Target. I was just going to do a little bit of a hunt, and well, lo and behold, this beautiful beastie popped out of the woodwork. As you guys can see, we've got some beautiful art design of the Stygimoloch on the back. On the very bottom there, you can see we have our Tiger Raptor, the dreaded Tiger Raptor. There he is, the Stygimoloch. Let me focus. And then the Troodon, which again, I'm not really sure if I'm going to be picking up or not. We have a very beautiful and, I don't know, it's very beautiful art rendition of the Stygimoloch on the front. And of course, we have a good scene. I swear, they're making these kind of fuzzy. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like they've been using some pretty bad renders for the dinosaurs in the films on the sides of the boxes here. But we do have, of course, our Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom logo there. Now, as it says, trapped in the Lockwood estate, Owen Grady devises a plan to put the domed head of the Stygimoloch to use. With the combination of whistling and wall breaking, Owen is able to free himself, Claire, Deering, and the Stygimoloch from their caged cells. And of course it does have that same saying here on the back. So there is the box, good as usual, but let's go ahead and get this beastie out of the packaging. And there she is, looking beautiful as ever. Definitely a very interesting figure, to say the least. We'll go ahead and get a little bit better of a look at her. Now, one thing I want to point out, these spikes on the Styggy's skull are, of course, very flexible. So just like what we're getting with the Jurassic World Rebirth toys, with the teeth being very sharp, that's what we're getting. Of course, I was hoping to see if maybe we could get a cool, like, I don't know if it was like see-through from one eye to the other. But we do get, let me get her to focus here. We do have those glass eyes, kind of dark, but that's a little bit better of a picture there. This just makes me want to pick up the Pachycephalosaurus even more. Now, the tail does, of course, bend. I've kind of got it bent. Now, I did have it a lot more bent than this, but it is kind of putting itself back to being straight. What are we focusing on? My phone is like focusing. There we go. It's kind of putting itself back to being straight. Paint actually does a really good job at blending in with the tail rubber. We're having a really hard time focusing today. Now, there's a lot of heavy a heavy black color, or on the phone it looks black. On the in person, it looks more like kind of like a dark burnt umber color. You guys know I love to use burnt umber as a reference, but very good style there. Now, it's definitely heavier in the torso there and in the waist, and then cutting into the tail, it does kind of flow into that. But you do have that awkward gap there, but nothing you can really do about that. Beautiful kind of a tannish gray going down the back of the leg and on the back of the thighs and hip going down there. Now, this is the downside. It does stop. That tan, or the body color does stop on the tail. It does not actually. My phone is having a really hard time focusing on this today. It does stop on that tail, so that is a bit odd there, but it goes all the way up the neck here. You do have a lot of paint chipping. It's not paint chipping. It's meant to be the just kind of like dirt and grime and stuff on the skull of this dinosaur itself, and texture. Looks really good. Very happy with this figure. Again, something I really wanted to pick up, and I can get her to stand pretty well too. I wasn't really expecting to pick this up. Like I said, I went in there just kind of do a normal hunt. And all of a sudden, my Target is just kind of blowing up with the Hammond collection figures. It must just be, I guess they're just going to start being late to the party with that. But everything looks great. The sculpt is great. I'm very happy with this. It's just a little odd that you have such winners with the Spinosaurus, even though it's fairly wobbly, and I think I have a couple issues with mine just wanting to pose it. And then you have the absolute beauty that is the Stegosaurus, probably one of my absolute favorite Hammond collection figures right here. And then you have the Tiger Raptor right there, which is part of this line, the three of these dinosaurs. But definitely the Raptor got the worst of all three. I don't know. I've been kind of tempted to like get him in a position and then like super glue him so that he can't move anymore, because these would actually be fairly decent looking figures even if they were just in solid form. I'm not going to be using any of mine for stop motion. I'm not good at stop motion, and I definitely wouldn't be doing it with the Hammond collections. I'd honestly pay somebody to do stop motion with these dinosaurs for me, because I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan of stop motion. I know a lot of people have been requesting it, but this figure I would love. Now, something I do find a little funny is you can't really, or at least on mine, you can't put the head down, and you think you would want to have it in a head-butting position, which I believe, looking at the packaging, you were able to do that on the packaging. It had its head down like it was ramming something, but it'd be kind of difficult to put two of these together and have their heads clashing because the neck doesn't want to bend down. I don't know if it's just on mine. You can see I'm putting decent amount of weight on it. It's not going down. It just pops right back up. But it sure does want to look up and around. So I'm very happy with this figure. Very pleasant to have in my collection. It looks great, and I can see a lot of people repainting these to kind of give it prettier designs, which again, this is a very good design. I don't really see a lot that I would do different with it. Stygimoloch being one of my favorite dinosaurs in the Jurassic franchise, so happy to see it. Still want to pick me up a Pachycephalosaurus, so if anybody has a Hammond collection Pachy that they are willing to part with, by all means, get in contact with me. I would gladly take that into the collection, because I can't pay hundreds of dollars for a Pachycephalosaurus. But anyway, very happy to have her in the collection. Cannot wait to see what they're coming out with next. We are, of course, finished with this line. I would say they're probably going to wait till 2025 to give us more figures, in which case we are going to be doing a video on that as well. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this unboxing of the Hammond Collection Stygimoloch. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And until then, I will see you guys in the next video. This is Birding Gamer, signing out.